What is up, guys? Welcome back to the video. This is going to be all about who are electric bikes for, and I brought out basically all of my electric bikes that I have here, especially the ones that I've converted newly to electric. So let's get started. Alright, so let's first start off by saying that electric bikes have been around for a very long time. Actually, back in the 1800s, a guy ended up doing a patent on his very first electric bike. And since then, we've been riding hub motor, battery-driven bikes. And they haven't really caught on here in the US, but they caught on big time in Asia and other foreign countries like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the mid-drive motor and the hub motor and what the differences are and what they cater to the most. Before we go any further, I want to talk about today's video sponsor. This video would not be possible if it was not for Phantom Wallet sponsoring today's video, hence the name. Fans open all your cards. Really durable design. This one's the aluminum one. They also offer it in plastic. All the accessories screw on, as you see there, all these little screw holes. Right now I'm running silicone band. I usually run the money clip because it gives you a lot of color accessories. They also offer a clear plastic front for holding IDs, as well as fanning out your keys. I'll display them here on the screen. If you're interested in any of these products, especially their newest one, it's going to be coming out really soon with MagSafe technology, be able to connect it to your iPhone. Click link in the description below. Use Fede 10 at checkout. And big shout out to Phantom Wallet for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. Alright, so there are two different configurations when it comes to an electric bike. You have a hub drive motor, like you see here on the Aero Rider Grizzly, with a battery. And you also have a mid-drive motor setup that you can configure to any bike, but there also is a third option. The third option is a permanently mounted mid-drive motor like this Bafang motor you see here on the bike on it, MD1000. Now, hub drive motors have been the style of choice for a very long time. You can basically put them on any bike, and they also have conversion kits so you can put on a wheel, a battery, and a throttle on any bike for that matter. Now, a lot of these bikes you see back here are all hub-driven motors. Now, hub drive motors can vary between 350 watt all the way up to 1000 watts. So this Grizzly has a 1000 watt motor setup. This Revolt came with a 350 watt motor setup, but it will be selling with a 750 watt motor setup. Now, all these can be actually tuned within the software that these bikes come with. If you end up talking to the manufacturer, they'll tell you how to unlock the features that this bike can come with. Now, one thing to note, not all the bikes will come with dual motor setups like this Grizzly does. Now, this Aero Rider X Class only comes with a single motor. As you see there, there's not one on the front, there's one on the back. There's not one on the front of that one as well. All of these basically don't have dual motor setups. Now, the mid-drive gives you that dual motor feel with also the stability of it being center. Now, if you only have one hub drive motor, it's going to feel really heavy in the back or really heavy in the front. That's what I've noticed here in the mid-drive motor, is very centered and balanced when it comes to riding. And a lot of these bikes are actually made in the same factories, such as the Aero Rider Grizzly, the Hemiway, and the KBO. Now, all these have very similar traits, but some of them are different. Let me show you one of them that is especially different with the belt drive setup. Alright, so the KBO Stealth is a belt-driven hub drive motor bike. So what does that mean is pedal assist only. There is no throttle on this. It is a class 1. There are 3 different levels to the pedal assist with this style bike, which means you can go upwards of 20 miles per hour. Now, who is this bike for? This bike might be for your average commuter going to work in the city that doesn't want to have a throttle assist bike because they're kind of scared to transition to that portion of bike riding. Now, that's a good starter bike. We're going to move over to the next KBO that I got for my wife that she absolutely loves. That is pedal assist as well as throttle assist. All right, so the next style of a commuter bike is this KBO Breeze. Now, same brand, different style. So you have a pedal assist feature on here as well as a throttle only. So you can throttle through the city and not have to worry about breaking a sweat on your way to work. So perfect commuter style bike. Now, there's different styles of commuters as well as different styles of fun bikes. Let's talk about the fun bikes and then we'll talk about who electric bikes are for, because I know this is a big issue with the bicycle community. Now, I've got quite a few fun bikes out here. We have the Aero Rider Grizzly, the Aero Rider X Class, the Hemiway, as well as the Revolt. Now, these are all different style, different areas that you want to be in cycling. So we have the ultimate fun bike, full suspension, dual battery. We have the one that's basically a step down from that, the Aero Rider X Class, single battery, single motor, puts out a lot of power though. The Hemiway is more of a beach cruiser style bike, step through design. And then you have this guy, this Revolt. Now it doesn't really put out the power as it does the Aero Rider X Class or the Aero Rider Grizzly, because these are definitely different animals when it comes to fun bikes. This is more of a customizable bike that you would get if you're looking for those types of features with, you know, leather bags on the side and really making this look like a motorcycle. So I brought my mountain bike out, and it's not an electric mountain bike, but I did recently take off the Paradox Kinetics mid-drive motor and put it on my BMX, because that was on my mountain bike. And a lot of people like to talk trash about e-mountain bikes, mid-drive motors, and all of that, and we're going to talk about that right now. Now, the mid-drive motor that I have on my BMX is the Paradox Kinetics that I had on my mountain bike, and it was perfect for the scenarios where there wasn't a shuttle to get back up to the top of the hill if I wanted to do a lot of descending, and I didn't want to put a lot of energy into getting all the way up the hill just to not have as much fun coming down. Now the big question is, who are electric bikes for? And I say everyone, and I mean everyone, because I think if you know how to ride a bike and you know how to have fun, then you'll absolutely love electric bikes. People that want to ride down at the beach and have a commuter, just, you know, a little grocery getter, like that little Hemiway, that bike is for you. The fun bikes, like I just showed you, the Aero Rider Grizzly, are definitely like urban city hoppers. You can just pop off curbs, jumps like I've shown you guys in previous videos. But with that being said, I think electric bikes are definitely suitable for the handicap. So now a lot of people that are a lot older or have disabilities will definitely benefit from an electric bike to be able to get out in their community and ride a bike, because a lot of people like to trash electric bikes in the community, which I think is kind of messed up, because it does its purpose. It gets people out on the bike, enjoying their time, and not necessarily having to put all that effort and breaking a sweat. Now, I'll be the first one to say that I'll be jumping on my e-bike before I would on my regular mountain bike, just because it's so much fun to just rip around. Now I do want to say that if you don't know how to ride an electric bike, you probably should go test ride one at a shop or one of your friends. There are different regulations depending on where you live, and I'm not going to talk about my regulations in my area because they probably won't be the same in your area depending on what country or state you live in. But with that being said, you want to ride absolutely as safe as you possibly can. You don't just want to take over the trails when you have an electric bike, you know, passing people without necessarily notifying them or just being really aggressive. Now with that being said, there's tons of different e-bikes out there, and there's definitely one out there for you. You can, you know, make your own custom one like I did here on the BMX. You can get any one of these fun ones back here, any one of the commuters, and you can add it to your mountain bike. But a lot of people always gravitate towards this bike on it one when I bring it out. This is MD1000. I never did a review on this, but this is more of a fishing and hunting bike that you would see out there, and a lot of people choose this over an ATV because with a Bafang motor like this and the belt drive you see over there, it is a lot quieter than an ATV or a Gator that you would have to use while hunting and fishing. So one thing to note, when you get a bike that has a mid-drive motor like this, they usually have a hub that has a cassette built in. So all the gears are built into the interior of the hub like that, and then you have a belt-driven system like that. Now, not all of them will be belt-driven. I have seen some that aren't belt-driven that do have a cassette on the exterior, but this is definitely the way to go. I mean, look how smooth and sleek that looks. So basically the only thing I don't have out here today is a handicap style electric bike. Now there's a guy called Jerry Rig Everything. He made one for his wife, which is absolutely insane. I'm going to start a clip right here and I'll attach the video at the description below if you guys want to check that out. It's pretty sick that he made this for his wife, and the fact that he was able to basically configure this between two different mountain bikes to give her the opportunity to be able to ride trails with anyone. And I think that's what it's all about, making cycling for everyone. I think electric bikes make that, you know, a possibility for everyone out there. Now in closing, I want to say I think electric bikes are the future, and I think it's going to be something you see basically everywhere. Everybody out there is going to have an electric bike because it's very easy to ride when the motor's off. There is no resistance, and I think a lot of manufacturers are starting to notice that they're selling more bikes to more people that wouldn't necessarily be on a bike if it wasn't electrified. So with that being said, if you guys are interested in any electric bikes, drop a comment below. Let me know if you need any help possibly choosing one for yourself. If you guys have any suggestions for other videos, put them in the comments below. With that being said, if you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.